Well, good morning everyone. It's about 6:09 on Friday the 8th, May 8th. Cannot believe we're already 8 days into May already. I'm attempting my very first vlog and I hope you guys enjoy it. There's not a whole lot going on today. I plan on knocking out my workout in the morning. That's typically when I do work out. I have started my journey again with the Transform app by Chris and Heidi Powell. I went through it before, got through phase 1 and part of phase 2, and then I decided to do something else. Finally got the motivation to start working out again, so that's what I've been doing this week. I'm not going to take you through this workout. I don't think anyone needs to see me trying to do, I think, 60 burpees, which is what is on today's docket for the actual app. And then if you want, and I may try to do some of the cardio that I'm going to do for the 90 minutes with the core rhythm. I think it's called Salsa Blast. So I might share that with you guys. We'll see how brave I am on that, because this is not the best workout outfit I have on, but it's going to work. Anyway, so I will check back in with you later. Again, I may show you that. I don't know how brave I'm going to be in this first vlog. So anyways, I will catch you guys in a little bit.
All right, now let's get started. 3, 2, 1, go.
So guys, I've got my workout in. It's about 7:06, so between filming and then getting my workout in, it was about a 35-minute workout between the Transform and then about 17 minutes of cardio before my body just gave out. But that's okay. I still burned over 300 calories, so I think that is a win. So I'm going to go get some work done for my students, grade up some work for them. I can't bring you along with that for confidentiality reasons, but I need to get some actual work done for my job. And then I'm going to go clean up, and then I'm going to start reading. Woohoo! Hey everyone, it's about 10:30 and I wanted to check in with you. I actually got a video film. So the first book that I want to start reading on, this is Sherilyn Kenyon's The Night Embrace. This is for my Romanceopoly. So these chapters are incredibly long, so my goal is to get to chapter 7 today, and I'm in, I think, the middle of chapter 5 or so. So page 157 is where I'd like to be, and I'm about 108 in this book, but it does take a while to go through these chapters because they're at least 20 to 30 pages long in length. So I do want to make some progress on that one today. I do want to start, again, here's where I am. Start The Night Road by A.M. Jenkins. This is marketed as a YA vampire style book. Looks a little creepy on the dark side, so we'll see what goes on with that one. Then I also want to continue reading this one. I started it late last night, Thursday night. This is A Court of Thorns and Roses by Sarah J. Maas. I'm working on finishing out the Throne of Glass series, so I wanted to pick this one up as well. And so I want to, I think, to get to around chapter 12 or 13, let's say chapter 13, which is, they're fairly short chapters, so it shouldn't take me too long. So this would be on page 112, goal to finish out on this one, not finish out, but at least get to chapter 13 today on this book. And then continuing on with Brandon Sanderson's Mistborn or The Fallen Empire. Started it again last month, and my goal is to finish this month. I'm on page 190, and I would like to get to I think chapter 12 or 13 off of this one as well. Alright, so page 248 is the start of chapter 13, so I'd like to at least get to chapter 13, stop there for this one, so that gives me a goal to work towards today. So again, these are the books that I'm attempting to read today. I think I'm going to start with this one because I haven't picked it up yet and get some thoughts on this one. Then I will check back in with you guys in a little while and let you know my progress, if I've made my goals for each of the books. Again, if one of them just grabs hold of my attention and I want to keep reading, then I will do, but these are some goals that I would like to see reached today for all 4 of these books. So it's about 8 o'clock tonight on Friday the 8th, and I just received my first box from Freshly. I'll leave a link down in the description box for the website. I absolutely do not enjoy cooking. It's just not something I enjoy doing. I live by myself, and it's just a lot of waste that happens when you buy groceries. You know, everything comes boxed or in larger quantities, and if you're not going to make the same thing multiple days or have recipes that call for the same ingredients, then it's just a lot of waste. And plus, I don't enjoy cooking. So I went online and found Freshly. These are all supposed to be individual servings of the food, and they're supposed to take around 3 minutes to microwave in the microwave, of course. Hold on just a second. Alright, so I had to let Jester in because he started barking, so all that. So again, I will leave the link down. They have 3 or 4 different levels or plans, how many meals. I ended up with the 12 meals for 12. I believe it was like $96 for all 12 meals, and then you of course have to pay shipping, so that did bump it up. But when I'm eating or getting stuff from the store, I'm spending around that anyways. Some weeks are $113, some are $96, some are around in there, just depending on what it is. And this is actually better quality food, more vegetables and things that I typically wouldn't buy myself. So again, it's not sponsored. This is not a sponsored anything. I did purchase on my own just because I hate cooking. So I did clip the box to make it easier, and then I will show you what I got. So this is my first experience, so I am hoping I'm going to enjoy this meals. It has a breakdown of all the different meals that I got, all 12 of them. It does come in, looks like a cooling pack, which if you've ever done any other type of food services, they tend to have that going on. So big cooler, so I can actually reuse that. I can find a place in my freezer for that. So this is what one of them looks like. So it comes in individually already ready to go, which I enjoy because I don't have to chop things and waste that. So this is an almond chicken bowl, almond ginger chicken bowl. Has the directions on the back how to heat it up, and the nutritional facts and stuff on the back as well. So all of this is recyclable, so I'm just going to go dump that down. So very impressed so far. I will let you guys know tomorrow what I thought of these meals. So let me get them in the fridge. All that is stored. So again, I'm hoping this is going to help me with my weight loss journey, because everything is already calorie counted. So I can just mix and match them for my lunches during the week. And I'll have one on Saturday, one on Sunday, and then the others will be during the week. So all I'll need is a lunch or a dinner that I'll get for the weekend, and those may be my days that I eat out for my splurge. Next. Stop doing that. Yeah. So Nix is deciding to rub up on the tripod and kind of give you guys a shake. But yeah, so I'm hoping this is going to help me on my weight loss journey. Again, there's going to be vegetables in there that I typically wouldn't eat, some more balanced. There may be a little bit more sodium, but if I'm drinking water, that should kind of counteract that a little bit. But seems like healthier options as I'm looking at the nutritional things online when I went and chose my meals. So most of them or a good majority of them are higher protein, which is what I need for the Transform app, and then to hit my other macros as well. So hopefully you guys have enjoyed this unboxing for this week. And again, I'll check in with you guys tomorrow when I eat one of them and let you know if I enjoyed it or not. So, alright, you guys, it's about 9:10 and I'm about to call it a night. It's been a pretty good day. I didn't get as much reading done as I was wanting to. I slept a lot today, and I also have now a headache coming on pretty strong. Gotta love female issues. But anyways, I did want to kind of give you an update. I got through, I believe, page 22 out of Night Road. It's kind of a slow build right now. You are introduced to one of the characters who is a vampire. I believe his name is Cole. He lives, I think, typically in like an urban, suburban area. He's been called to the city to Manhattan. I'm not sure if it's kind of like a leader of a coven of vampires or not. It hasn't really said, but he is at the hotel of one of the leaders that I guess he answers to, but not a lot has gone on so far in the first 22 pages. So really not a lot to say other than it seems to be a very slow build at the moment. So that's kind of my thoughts, an update on that particular book. Next book that I got a little bit more read. I think I was on page 47 and now I'm on page 74, so around a little over 20 pages read, a little less than 30, somewhere around in there, of a Court of Thorns and Roses. I'm going to apparently have a hard time saying that every time I talk about it, kind of a tongue twister for me. So far, not as good as the Throne of Glass, I will say that. It doesn't seem or feel as involved or as in-depth, I guess, of the characters. Don't care for her sisters at all. One is kind of very flighty and the other is kind of rude and kind of mean and cruel towards the youngest sister, which is Freya. So I really didn't care for them. The father is very absent there. He's been injured. Her mom died, but from what little has been talked about her, she was very cruel and indifferent to her children. And the only one that she really cared about was the father. So not a very good home life so far. She ended up killing a wolf that apparently was a fae. And now she's been taken behind the wall and living with the Fae noble or high Fae is kind of how they're talked about. And the part that I've gotten to so far, if you're watching this, hopefully you've read this book. There's kind of some spoilers going on. It's kind of hard to talk about them without talking about what goes on. But, and just discovered there's something going on with magic and it's doing some weird things with the Fae. So that's kind of where I'm at with this one. Still, my favorite writing that she's done has been Throne of Glass. This is okay, but it's not holding a candle so far to the others. So we'll see how this shapes up as it continues on. So there's my thoughts right now of that book. Mistborn, I got about 10 pages or so read out of this one. The Final Empire, I think is what it was actually called, not Fallen, I think is what I called it earlier. The Final Empire. Still following Vin. She is an Alamancer. She's discovered that she can do things like that. She's one of the Mistborn who use Alamancy, which is the form of magic system in this book. But it does have a cost. It's not just you will something into being and happening and there you go. It is kind of a time limit of how long you have the specific metals as to how long the magic that goes with those metals lasts. Some burn faster and quicker than others. Some are more slow burning. So following her, she's become part of Kessler's crew that is trying to bring down the ward ruler. And she is in training right now to impersonate a noblewoman, where she's excelling at learning the magic. She is not as confident as being a noblewoman as being that she's basically a street urchin, growing up, trying not to have people know that she's really a female, and downplays that side of herself because of the vulnerability of a girl in the kind of underworld streets that she's grown up in. So that's kind of where I'm at that with this one. Again, it's still a good book. It is still a slow burning, slow paced story, but it does have some really good elements in it that I am enjoying reading. So I still want to continue on. And hopefully tomorrow I will be a little more peppy and read a little bit more, and Romeo's come to join us again. Surprise, Nix, who's on the floor, is not up here as well because she loves the camera as well, so that's kind of interesting. But again, I am going to head to bed. It's been a long day, so hopefully go and sleep off this headache and I'll wake up refreshed. Good morning, everyone. Happy Saturday. It is 7:15 in the morning. I've been up for a little over an hour. I got my fur babies all fed, watered, and all of that, taking care of them. I've eaten breakfast. I've done my update for my weight loss journey. Wasn't exactly unexpected that I went up a little bit of weight because I am going into my cycle. That is a little bit of TMI, but I haven't started yet, but it's headed in that direction. So I wasn't shocked that I went up 1.2 pounds. So, and honestly, normally when I do start a program, weight loss or an exercise program, I can tend to go up 4 or 5 pounds. So that's not too bad. But I'm about to head out to go do my 3-mile walk, doing the Mighty Minutes. Again, that's 1 minute high intensity, 1 minute low intensity. And then also in the walk that I do, the area I live in has a lot of really steep hills, so it's going to be one heck of a workout. So I need to make sure I stretch out really good for that. The rest of the day planning, again, reading the same books that I was yesterday. So we're going to work on it again. Those are just some kind of goals. Doesn't mean I have to make them, but it's what I would like to see happen over this weekend. The only place I'm looking at actually heading out to outside of my walk later on today is going to the pet store to get his food, and then getting my unsweetened almond milk, the unsweetened vanilla almond milk. I need to film the last video for my students for next week as well, and then just kind of really chilling. The weekends, that is kind of what I do, is just kind of chill and relax to recover from the previous week and all the stresses from that. So not super exciting, but this is what we got going on. Anyways, I will check in with you guys later and let you know how I've done. I will try to maybe take some pictures of the route so you kind of see where it is that I'm walking at. But otherwise, I hope you have a great morning, and I will see you guys later. It's 8:46. I just got back from my walk. I burned 618 calories, so I'm super excited about that. And that's walking 3 miles. So I did step-wise 6,736 steps going through that walk. So super excited about that. I'm going to be going to get all cleaned up because I'm kind of icky right now from that. It was so cold. I was not expecting it to be that cold, but I did make it. I did have my jacket on, which I was thankful for, but I think I should have probably had on a sweatshirt because the first half of that walk was almost unbearable. And that's kind of how the weather's been. It's been really cold, then it goes hot, and then it goes back to cold. But I think this afternoon it's supposed to get a little bit warmer, but yeah, it was pretty brisk this morning. Way more so than I was expecting it to be. But it's done. I'm super proud of what I burned today during this exercise. So again, I'm going to go get cleaned up and then relax, read a little bit, and see where I go from there. So I'll check in with you guys after a little while. All right. It is about 1:50, so I was supposed to be reading from my last check-in. I did not do that. I did get all the blogging from yesterday, and early this morning I have all of that edited. So I'm about halfway through because today is the halfway point. So I don't have all of it to do all at once. So I've been editing that out. Getting it ready, and then as I continue to get more episodes, I will add those to what I've already gotten. So far we're at 30 minutes, but out of the 72-hour period, that's not too bad. Because I've seen other vlogs that are over an hour, and then I can go back in and cut out some of the dead space and that type of thing later if I need to shorten down the time period. But I think it's going pretty good. Again, this is my first vlog. I don't know really what you guys are looking for in vlogs. I don't watch a ton of them, but I thought it would be pretty cool to at least try it and decide based on what I feel as I'm doing them and you guys' reactions to watching them, if I will continue to do them. But I may give it, maybe a month doing these. Again, it would just be on the weekend, so there would be weekend vlogs versus week-long. Because I just can't do that right now as I'm still teaching and closing out this year. So I think for right now, weekend vlogs, filming one weekend, post them the next. So they'll be, again, about a week behind. But you guys are pretty familiar with how those types of things work. But right now, my goal is to head out to go get Jester's his dog food and then pick up what I needed from the other store. And then come back and start reading. Again, I'm sleeping more between my cycle and also just my body adjusting to working out and working out hard in comparison to what I have been doing, which is pretty much nothing since, again, earlier this year when I got sick. So a lot of adjusting that my body's having to do, and I'm okay with that because I'm pretty familiar with that process from years past. Update on the Freshly food service. I did eat one of those. I did the teriyaki chicken with brown rice and veggies. It was so good. You know when you eat like a frozen meal and after you've eaten you're still hungry? I have not experienced that with that. It's about probably very similar in portion to like a frozen meal. But everything didn't taste crunchy with the rice, which a lot of times when you do get them in like a frozen meal, they have that crunchy, appetizing taste to it. And especially with brown rice. Brown rice is really hard to cook well and preserve and all of that. But these don't come with preservatives and additional flavors or artificial flavors. Everything is fresh and good that I understand from the service. But it was really good. Very, very filling. Today is my kind of rest day, reset, kind of reward type day. So I have a lot more calories than I would normally have during the week. I think my lowest calorie day, because it's on a low, high carb day, and then you have your reward day. The lowest I think right now is at 1800. My high carb or high calorie day would be, I think it's 1950, and then today my reset or reward type day is over 2000. I'll never meet that. I know in the past when I've tried it and I've used their food from there, I got so sick off of that. So I know I can't eat as many calories as they're wanting with the types of food that they suggest. So I may pick up, kind of a cheat meal or reward meal, trying to think of food as not cheating or bad or not good for you. It's just the calorie intake and how my body reacts to it as to whether I want to eat it or not. So that's kind of what I'm doing. So Jester's Food, the one item that I need, and I'm looking at something to reward myself with for making it through the first week and showing up to all of the workouts this week. I know this past week the food intake wasn't great, but I was eating off of all the stuff that I already previously purchased, and I didn't just want to throw away, because that to me is really a waste of money, just to ditch stuff. So I ate what I had this week. Now that I have these meals, again, there's a lot more vegetables and it's already calorie counted out. I just have to add it, and I remembered how to do that this afternoon when I was playing around with the app again. So I just plugged in all the data from the food that's already been done for me. So it makes it a little bit easier. All I have to do is unplug like the protein, the fat, and the carbs, and the calories, and you name it, and it's good. So that is awesome. So now I already have it stored, so if I enjoy this meal and I get it again, it's already there, ready to go. But anyway, so that's kind of my update of what I've done or not done in this case. So far on the reading part of the reading blog, that hasn't been as successful, but the other things I'm sharing with you guys, hopefully you're enjoying and learning something from it. And if you want to join and share your particular health journeys, that's awesome. We each come at it in different ways. Our bodies have different needs and all of that stuff. So anyways, until our next check-in, you guys have a great day. Well, good evening. It is 9:03, my final check-in for today. Didn't get as much reading out of all of my books, but I did manage to finish the second part out of this book, so I got to page 281. And I think I have finally hit my stride with this book. So much went on in part 2 of this book that was amazing. I am in awe. I have so many questions of why she is so important, because a lot of things seem to happen around her. She's definitely headstrong and definitely got in over her head. When she followed Kelser, I think that's how you say his name, into the Lord Ruler's palace, and a lot of bad things happened. But it's almost as if they were waiting for her and targeted her more so than him. So that was a little odd, that they, really focused in on her and her presence there. So that was a little odd. And before that happened, when she went to the party to, again, portray the noblewoman, to get in and pick up on things and hear different conversations, she also got the attention of one of the ruling families. And his name was Eland, I think, Eland, I'm not exactly sure how to pronounce his name. E-L-A-N-D, I believe is how it's spelled. But he is not someone that they wanted her to get attention from. So again, seems like wherever she is, she gets involved or is of high interest into high stakes players. So definitely interested, and I will definitely try to finish out part 3, because I wanted to read it tomorrow. Potentially I could finish this book in 3 days if I just spend one day at a time reading one part per day. I'm not sure I'll be able to read much on Monday. I think that is our awards night, so we'll see. At least try to get part 3 read tomorrow, because it is finally really taking a hold on my brain, on my heart, on my mind. Everything is now absorbed into here. So I think, like I said, I finally found my stride, like I did with Throne of Glass. It hooked me in, and I couldn't put down the books. So if I wasn't so tired tonight, I definitely would still be reading it, but I started, I would say 6:30, 7 o'clock, and I read from wherever I left off last night, which I only read about 10 pages. I read around close to 80-something pages since 6:37, I think. So done pretty well. Again, I'm not a super fast reader, but I think that was a pretty good pace. That was my goal when I started reading, was to finish out that section of the book. So I'm very happy, and I do want to continue it tomorrow. So I'm about halfway through the book. So very excited about that. Excited that I really enjoyed that meal that I had today. It was so good. And I haven't been overly hungry, so it had enough protein and enough things, so that's good. I ended up eating sushi for my dinner and kind of my reward for doing all of my workout, showing up for that. And yeah, it was a really good day, and I hope you guys have a great weekend so far, and a good night, and then I will see you bright and early tomorrow. So, well, good morning, everyone. I hope you are enjoying your Sunday morning. It is May the 10th and roughly about 7:08 this morning. As you can tell, I am definitely wearing warmer clothes for this morning's walk. It's going to be between 37 and 40 degrees outside, so I'm going to have this on and then my jacket as well. That I had on yesterday, so hopefully that will keep me a little bit warmer outside and won't be quite as miserable as the start of yesterday's walk was. So a little bit more prepared, I think, for that. So I'm excited to go on that. Again, it's going to be a brisk walk, but I'm not going to be doing, you know, the high and low intensity. It's just going to be a steady walk. Maybe walking a little bit faster because it's cold outside, but not anything on purpose as a program, set program would be. Depending on the state that I'm in, I may go on and go film a video, or I may go on and clean up, depending on if I've really sweated or not on this walk. We'll determine that. And then pretty much reading the rest of the day. I'm looking forward to getting back into this book as well. I've already started reading, I think it's chapter 16. It's chapter 16, so I started part 3 already this morning while I was waiting for my breakfast to heat up. So definitely, it did prove one of my thoughts correct last night, that they weren't focusing in on her, because that's kind of her perception as well. So I'm glad that was actually, I did that right. But anyways, let me go on and finish getting ready and head out, go do my walk, and then come back and get started with my day. I hope you guys are having a great Sunday and enjoying your plans that you have. And until my next check-in, I hope you have a good one. And good evening. It is 7:14 Sunday night, and this will be my last check-in with you guys. I have gotten pretty far into the third part of the Brandon Sanderson book. I got to page 320 out of Mistborn, The Final Empire. I'm still really enjoying it. Slowed up a little bit, but that's to be expected because we had a lot of action towards the middle and end of part 2 from yesterday's reading. My lofty goal was trying to finish out part 3 today. That didn't happen, but I'm okay with it. I'm enjoying the read of it. So again, it did slow down a little bit in the pace, but that's okay as well, because you do need that downtime to kind of recuperate from all the previous action and the trauma that went on and all of that. So I really did enjoy that. I ate my second meal from Freshly today. It was a pork bowl. I think it was the whiskey glazed one. It was really good. The meat was very tender. I've got to get used to eating beans again. It had a type of bean in it. I don't remember what it was called, and it has some other vegetables as well in it. But overall, I really did enjoy it. I just got to get used to that texture, and I'm a huge texture person, so a lot of times I won't eat anything or eat things that are very mushy and goopy and that type of thing. But overall, I did enjoy it. I would get it again if it's offered up for another week or something like that. So still enjoying it, and I will continue using that service. I'm hoping they're going to get more meals, because as I'm looking and trying to schedule the meals, They're a lot of the same things, so they don't have a ton of variety. I don't know if it's a brand new service and they're just slowly developing them. But the meals that I'm eating, they're really tasty, so I don't mind it right now. But if it's the same things month after month, I can see that getting old real fast. If that should occur, then of course I can always look for a similar service. But anyways, so again, I hope you guys have enjoyed this vlog. Give me a thumbs up if you did. So, good night.